Mm.
Hey, Warpugs. Well, today we're going to be checking out something a little bit different. It's not on the request line. This is a trailer released by Focus Entertainment. This is the Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun Boomer Shooter gameplay trailer. And since I'm a boomer, yeah, that's what we're here for. I'm joined today by a writer who writes for a whole bunch of gaming websites, things like that. It's GryphonofMight, guys. Hey, Griffin.
How are you?
I am I'm here. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna check this out. He sent it to me, let me know it had been released. I'm gonna try to catch a couple more like newer things that get released, like gameplay trailer, well, game trailers, stuff like that. But this is gonna be the gameplay trailer for Boomer Shooter, and hopefully, I watch a couple of Tau get popped because that is my life.
Or they could, or Games Workshop could make the game I want, a game about a Imperial Commissar and a Tau falling in love.
All of my hate.
I know. I
All
love
of
it.
all of it. Why? Anyhow,
Because I like seeing you suffer.
I did this to myself. Anyhow, let's get into this, guys. Sit back, watch, and we're gonna watch it through. Then I know Griffin probably you were gonna want to go through this a little bit at a time and just break down some stuff.
Yeah, there's two things I want to point out to you,
Sweet, let's go.
and a theory I had.
Oh, all right.
When the ruinous powers of chaos unleash their foulest abominations, who will prevail against the darkness? The Ultramarines! Is a gory, rapid-fire boomer shooter blast from the past! Take control of a mighty Stern Guard veteran and plunge headlong into the grim, dark universe of Warhammer 40,000.
What?
Summoned by the Inquisition, you'll scour Grya, a forge world on the brink, overrun by cultists, traitors, and chaos demons.
Okay.
It is time to purge the heretics.
Okay.
Ready your holy arsenal, your sacred armor, and your battle-honed instincts. Blast cultists apart with your mighty Boltgun. Smash traitors with your charge. Shred the spawn of the archenemy with your chainsword.
Okay.
Maim and obliterate hordes of foes with your other devastating weapons.
There you go.
Unleash your wrath upon the enemies of the Imperium.
Nice.
Only in death does duty end. For the Emperor! Jump into Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun!
Boltgun.
And purge the taint of chaos on PC, PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Warning. Boltgun is an unyielding blend of old and new intensified by the most radiant 256 color palette that will literally melt your brain! I will finish the work Captain Titus started.
Did you catch the last part?
Yes, I will finish the work Captain Titus started.
And this is set on the same world as the world in Space Marine.
Right.
So this is a sequel, it's like a midquel between this and between Space Marine and Space Marine 2.
Right.
And you can even see the warp-tainted technology.
Yes. I
Now,
also
I want to
noticed
tell
that...
my theory.
Go ahead.
My theory is, and I know you're not going to like it, because you know how I often joke that Leandros became Cato Sicarius?
Yes.
I'm wondering if you're playing as Leandros trying to redeem himself.
Please, for the love of God, no. I didn't... The video went on for 2 minutes and I didn't hear him say anything remotely prickish.
I know, but
No.
I'm wondering maybe he's like, oh no, maybe Titus was right all along.
No, Leandros wouldn't do that. Leandros was convinced of his own moral superiority, which was kind of sad, really, but at the same time, it's to be expected.
He's an Ultramarine.
He's an Ultramarine, but he's also like he showed what he was within the first few seconds. He wasn't willing to actually go through and do what needed to be done in order to save the planet. His whole thing was he was a staunch worshiper of the Codex Astartes, so he would not be putting himself in this situation.
I always got the impression that Leandros was meant as a dig at the way the Ultramarines had been portrayed, that they had become just everything has to be the Codex,
right?
And Titus was supposed to be no. This is how they're supposed to be portrayed, as adaptive.
Well, the thing about it is the Ultramarines as a combat force, Leandros represents the worst aspects of the Ultramarines for me. Leandros represents those aspects where it doesn't matter what's practical. Like, he's actually... Okay, so let me rewind what I just said, okay? The Ultramarines in and of themselves are supposed to be the most adaptable force in the Imperium. They're supposed to be what the Dark Angels are, okay? So if you take a look at the Dark Angels, they adapt very well to just about every combat situation they're put in. In fact, almost every combat situation they're put in. And if you took, I've said it several times, if you took the Dark Angels and took every single mode of warfare that each one of the legions is engaged in, frontal assault, berserker melee, mobilized warfare, deep strike tactical warfare, attrition warfare, name a type of warfare that they would have engaged in, they're in the top 3, if not in the top 5.
Well,
there is
the fact that there's this whole thing that both Lionel Johnson and Lehman Russ were the executioners.
Right.
Lehman Russ was the one who put on a show like this is what's going to happen if you disobey the Emperor. Lionel Johnson was the Black Ops guy. Like, you exterminate and leave no trace.
Right. And that's the thing. Like the Dark Angels were that force where if you don't know what to send, you send the Dark Angels. If you don't know what to send, because it's like covert ops, they're in the top 5. Frontal assault, they're in the top 5. Fortification, they're in the top 5. Defense, top 5. They're not the best at anything, but
no, they're like the Mario.
No, they're the Bard. The even though, with all things being considered, the Dark Angels are the Bard class of the Astartes. They're never going to be as tanky and as attrition. They're never going to be as tanky and straight up forward as the Death Guard, but they're going to be close. They're never going to do infiltration and espionage as well as the Alpha Legion, but they're going to be close. They're never going to be the best at any one given thing, but they're better than everyone else at a combination of things, and which is why I have been under the distinct, not the impression, but the conviction that of all the legions out of the original, the original 20, but the 18 that survived, the Dark Angels were the best legion out of all of them. The Ultramarines, through doctrine, attempted to emulate what the Dark Angels naturally were. So, I mean, that's what you can look at with that's what you can look at with, Gilliman's kids. But what the Ultramarines try to achieve by doctrine, the Dark Angels do just by the nature of what they are and what they do. And yeah, that is what it is.
I always preferred the White Scars better.
Well, like everybody has their preferences, but the Dark Angels have been that legion for quite some time.
I know.
If you were just gonna pick one,
I guess like going fast.
Yeah.
And there's other reasons, but I don't want to go into it.
Oh yeah.
There's a few reasons.
Oh yeah. Well, guys, this was the Boltgun Boomer Shooter gameplay trailer. Is there something else that you wanted to point out, Griffin?
Well, we were calling this a Doom-like, but that's not the case. the environment is full.
It honestly, this
It's
for
Quake.
me, yeah, this for me looks like one of the games of the, late, almost early 90s at this point. The Dooms, Quakes, things like that
This is
tried.
more Quake because
Yeah.
it's a fully 3D environment.
Yeah.
Just going for that. I think they also scan some of the miniatures to get the look.
Yeah. And it doesn't really surprise me. It's like I said, this game's going to be a lot of fun for people that enjoy.
Yeah, it's coming out this month.
Oh yeah, people are gonna love this. As far as me though, this is just not my kind of game because I'm 4X. I like 4X strategy. I like MOBAs. Against my will, I like MOBAs, and this is going to be something that people are going to very much enjoy, and I know that going into it.
I'm gonna enjoy it.
Hey, have fun, dude. It's just not. It is honestly just not my style, and that's okay because there are games that I enjoy that people aren't going to enjoy, and that's just the way it is. That's why games are fun. In any case,
There's something
guys,
for everyone.
oh yeah, a little bit something for everybody. Well, in any case, guys, glad you joined me. Griffin, thanks for joining me.
You're welcome.
If you guys would like to support the channel, just leave a like and a comment down below. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are other means. I have a Patreon. And I also have merch done by Valk down below. And I'm going to start getting some of that to wear some when I'm actually sitting here doing recording. First thing I'm going to do is probably get a hat. Because this thing is going the way of the dinosaur and it's going there fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just set up a Ko-Fi page.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, guys, I'm going to head out. I'll catch you guys next time. Somebody please tell me, just real quick, is it a chicken? And if I barbecue it, will it taste like one? Questions for
Anything tastes like chicken if you barbecue it right.
Honey mustard barbecue sauce. Let's go.